My lovely lady
Should we
love.
do one more and then call it a night?
Sure.
Yeah?
Why do people say call it a night, Luke? Like,
Because
it is night. You call it a night because it's night. Should we call it a night? No, let's call it an apple.
Dear George and Luke, my partner...
Hello, dear.
My partner only wants to have sex with me when he's drunk.
Oh, that's interesting.
Which I find incredibly hurtful.
Yeah, I know a little bit about what this is.
Yeah.
But carry on, and then I'll... Well, all right.
Well,
all right, I'll
tell
you what it could... Here's the thing, right? Sometimes, quite common actually, men get really nervous around women, or young men, teenage men, they grow up into adulthood, and the only way they can speak to women is when they're drunk. So they go to the bar, they're like, oh my God, there's all these fit birds around. Oh my God, I don't know what to say. Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Oh my God, I'm sweating. Oh my God. And then they're like, oh, I'll drink a bit. I'll drink 2 beers. And then they get inebriated enough that they feel a little bit like tipsy and giddy. And, oh, I can go and chat to that bird now. Yeah, got a bit of a confidence in me. So they go over and they chat to some birds, and maybe it goes well. Most of the time it goes badly. But either way, the alcohol gave them the confidence to actually do it. And then the problem is they can start to associate alcohol with chatting to birds. They can associate alcohol with actual acts of physical connection, right? Where that's just touch or kissing or even something even a bit more exotic and erotic. And it's a problem because really it's something men should learn to overcome. They should learn to break that barrier without alcohol, because in the long run it's going to be much more beneficial, because if they need it every time they ever want to speak to a woman who they find remotely attractive, it's not good, because it means they never actually overcame that emotional handicap. They never actually developed any genuine confidence. They always needed liquid confidence to give them a helping hand, and that's not so good. And it sounds like he's got a carryover in quite a significant way from that, unless he's just an alcoholic and you're just, he's actually drunk 24 hours a day, and you're only noticing at that point because you're like, wait, he's all close to me, his breath is all alcoholic. He only makes love to me when he's drunk. Anyway, carry on.
Okay, so if I say anything about it to him, he jokes, that's the only time I can face touching you. We've been together.
That's terrible though, isn't it? I mean, that is what I just said, but it's not good. And you're not going to like it, because you're going to think, oh my God, he's got no bloody confidence. The only time I can face touching you. That also she probably thinks she's really ugly.
I mean, he says it as a joke, but it's still not funny, is it?
No, but it's not a joke. He means it. I mean, if he can't touch her when he's sober, then he means it. George.
Listen to this. We've been together for 5 years.
Fucking hell.
And our life has become very mundane. We often sleep in separate beds because of his snoring.
Well, that's not that uncommon.
Yet any time he comes home after drinking with his friends, he's all over me. All I crave is a normal, loving relationship. George and Luke, what can I do? Why should I have to put up with this?
Get 4 good chains, right? Chain this arm to the bed, this arm to the bed, that foot to the bed, that foot to the bed, and pin him to that bed so he can't leave, right? And he can't get any alcohol. And you just feed him water from a spoon. Right, there you go. You can have a bit of water today. Enjoy your water. No, not a straw. Enjoy it, yeah. Tip that little bit, and that's all you're going to get, completely and utterly sober. And eventually, right, he's going to be thinking, well, I want to fornicate. I want to pass my jeans on. This is a beautiful woman in front of me. I'm completely sober. I can't resist her. And then before you know it, he'll be making sweet, sweet, sweet love to you without any alcohol in his blood at all. Obviously, you can't really do that. I mean, you can give it a go. You might have a kink for it, and so might you. But it's quite a problem that you're facing, because the sad thing is you're with someone who you really love and care about. You've been with him for 5 years.
5 years.
And what you want, you kind of already have, but you don't have it. Now, sharing different rooms because he snores is actually not, it's not that uncommon.
No, it's not.
You could try and get some nose clippers, or you can teach him, there are certain pillows that help, because snoring, people think it's from the nose, and it's not really from the nose, it's sort of from the back of the throat. So you can get a certain pillow to help him sleep in a different position.
George snores like an absolute elephant, I can tell you that. But I've found my ways to deal with it. I've got these lovely bear earplugs. They're actually designed for bears, right?
Actually, I don't really snore.
And I put them in my ears, right? And when I put them in there, George George's sound is so faint, so subtle. I can absolutely sleep like a dream. I like
No,
Sleeping Beauty.
but you can't, because when someone actually snores, it's awful.
I know, George.
And you can't. No
I know.
earplugs. Earplugs do not work.
They
you
do.
You just end up shoving the person.
No, they
because
do
you
work,
like it.
George. I've used them. I've had to deal with that situation. Thank you very much.
Really?
I've actually had to deal with that situation, George.
Who was
I've
snoring?
got some earplugs. I'm not going to say. I'm not going to mention who. But there was a particular lady friend of mine who had an issue. She had a major snoring issue, and I had to put in these earplugs, and they made a huge difference. If I hadn't worn them, I wouldn't.
Were they like prescribed, made to fit earplugs?
No, but they were designed for animals. They were designed for bears. They were designed as in they were not for the bear to wear. They were designed for you to wear because the bear snores very loudly. So they were designed for you to not hear the bear snore.
Where do you find these things?
Can I just say? Can I just say though?
So when you got a bear at home, right? Go down to your local Boots and be like, yeah, where are them bear earplugs? Because I've got this bear at home, it's snoring too. Oh, you want the bear earplugs? Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're on the second shelf.
Because the thing is, George, if you're in a tent, yeah,
Who the bloody hell asked for?
I do clearly.
It doesn't shine well upon your girlfriend, does it?
If you
she snores like a bear, fully grown bear.
If you're in the middle of the forest, right, you kind of want to know when the bear's coming. That's the irony.
I was thinking that too.
That is the irony of it.
Terrible.
With that said, they did work. They worked a treat, and they probably gave that relationship a little bit more longevity. I feel like it would have ended sooner.
Well, listen, every man would like to put in earplugs to not be able to hear his girlfriend once in a while. But look,
were we?
It's quite a serious thing.
It is a serious thing.
And I would actually say
it's very serious.
I mean,
alcohol needs alcohol to.
It's to be. I mean, this is my prediction for your relationship, and you're not going to like it, and you might. Me saying it might strengthen your relationship, but from all the experience of all the people I've helped, you are in a position where your attraction for him is going to get less and less and less, and then you're just going to leave. And unfortunately, that's when he's going to start to understand that he needs to change because you're really not happy with it. There's a point where you're just going to go, can't take it, I need a real man, I need someone who's confident enough to face the music and dance without the alcohol. And it's kind of a sad thing because I understand you're thinking, does he not like me for who I am? Does he need that? Does he not find me beautiful enough? None of that is really the case. The case is mostly that just he's just used to filling himself up with alcohol before he does that. He associated those two things together. Maybe he's got his own personal traumas. Maybe he's got issues where he feels like, maybe women don't like sex and all that sort of old nonsense. And so he feels guilty about like coming on to you and things. When he has alcohol, he blames it on the alcohol so he doesn't have to feel things like that. So he could have his own things, but what you need firstly is communication. You need to really sit there and have a word with him, but you also need to make it clear to him that like you're not actually going to put up with it forever. You're going to be like, I need you to be around. I need you to be a man.
5 years,
and
George.
but relationships end sometimes after 4 or 5 times that. So you need to let him know, I'm not happy. I'm not okay, and it's unsatisfying. It makes me feel bad and unwanted and whatever. And you can do it by kind of creating a certain amount of distance. You can say, I'm going to go and pack my bags. I'm going to go spend a week with a friend, whatever. And when he says, why have you disappeared? You just tell him the truth. Just say, because I don't feel like you love me. I feel like you only give me attention when you're drunk, which implies you don't, when you're sober, you don't want to be around me. You don't want to touch me. And it's a small thing you're asking for. Like men, right? Believe it or not, men actually like having sex. It is something we tend to enjoy.
Speak for yourself, George.
So what you're asking...
I can't stand it.
What you're asking him for is something that he's going to enjoy when he actually does it. He's going to enjoy actually doing it without the alcohol. And in the long run, it'll improve your relationship once he's doing that. And it'll improve it for him as well. So if you just back away, stop responding to his messages, let him miss you, and when he's like, what's wrong? What have I done? Da, 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 da. Then you just go, this is what you've done. And then he'll be like, oh, wait, so all I have to do is have sex with you without alcohol? I guess I could try that. And once he's done it, he'll be like, oh my God, that was so much better. You're so right. Da, da, da. So I really think you want to try that.
Totally want to try that.
And yeah, just and you can also be like, you know, if he comes home drunk, don't sleep with him, because he's gonna have a bit of a hard on. He's gonna keep on wanting to get with you, and you can be like, no. I mean,
it's not gonna
look, like, you have a right. Yeah. No means no. You know, exactly. We've all heard the saying, and just don't. Say it loud. Don't give yourself to him at that moment. Say this is not satisfying me. This is not okay.
You're worth more than this.
I want to be with someone awake so that I know you actually really want it.
And connecting with me.
Yeah.
Place of love and truth, not this place of alcoholic hedonism. This is not right.
You make it sound great when you say it like that. Alcoholic hedonism, yeah.
It's not right.
You should do it too.
Well, if you were both getting drunk together and it was kind of this kind of sort of unison experience, I kind of maybe understand now and again. But if he needs to be pissed to have, you know, make love to you, it's not really making love, is it? It's just a kind of physical act, and that's not fair. That's not fair on you. You're worth more than this, way more than this. I want to meet you. I want to give you what you want, what you need, what you deserve. That's not right. Makes me sad. George.
And you can send a phone number. He'll meet you next Thursday at 6:30 p.m. I'll send you the address. You'll have a wonderful time. You'll know what it's like to be with a man who isn't full up from the bottom of his toes to the top of his head with alcohol.
Problem.
Solve the legal aid. Hey, you there, I've got some really exciting special news. If you're interested in all the kind of things that we talked about in that video just there, you're gonna love this. There it is, look at that. It's written by me. It's called A Cure for Loneliness, as you can see right there. And I spent about a year of my life writing it to make sure that it would be good and fun and accurate and entertaining and all those things that make something, you know, worthwhile. And I'm extremely excited to say that people have actually responded really well, and they've been reading it all over the world. I've gotten reviews from people who say that they've read it twice. Somebody actually wrote to me recently to say that he'd read it 3 times. I was flattered if anyone had read it once, but to read it 3 times. Some excerpts of things that people have written to me about it are, it's a great and fun read, not the tedious intellectual kind. For me personally, this was a reminder that reading can be an awesome pastime. A lot of books are boring as fuck, but not this one. Thanks very much. And anyway, those are only the first responses that I got. Quite recently, somebody wrote to me from China and said that he's now in a relationship with a girl he met on a train, all he says, because he read this book, and he said that it inspired him to go over to a girl that he liked on a train, yes, a public train, and start speaking to her. And now he says they are in a relationship and it is going well. So, if that kind of thing interests you, or maybe you're just interested in the kind of psychology that, you know, we talk about on these videos, you're going to get a lot of it in depth, including my own experiences and how I kind of came to learn all of this stuff and reach this place myself. You're going to get all those stories within this. It's fantastic. Trust me, it's the best book you're ever going to read in your entire life. I wouldn't put a year of my life into writing something worthless, would I? So, you know, jump in, have fun. You can find it on amazon.com.co.uk, any Amazon, even the Amazon jungle. It's only about $10, I think it's $8.99, something like that, with free shipping. So crack on, have some fun, and, you know, let me know what you think. Till next time, bye.